Your boy Next Gen 720, and I'm back with another video. And I said, first like I said, I'd like to give a shout out to my Facebook group. I won't even say my Facebook, to our Facebook group, because it's not just mine. It belongs to everybody that's part of the Facebook group. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'd like to shout you guys out because, like I said before, it was so small and it's taking off. I would have to post articles, and you guys have just, you're doing your thing over here. I appreciate it. But anyway, I've gotten several articles, in my inbox, email, Skype. One article they have on N4G and Pixel Nation that in the Netherlands, the PlayStation 4 is outselling the Xbox One 4-1. Clicked the link. It was from, I guess, a guy who was taking local data or something like that. The guy name was Ali or some shit like that in the Netherlands. I just think right now this whole console war, this shit, and I don't know. Like I said, I'm new to this whole internet shit here. I never partaked in, you say, quote unquote, a console war. I still think it's the silliest shit in the world. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, the videos that I put up, I'm just bugging the fuck out. Just like I should do Nintendo jokers. I just did, I think it's the silliest shit in the world. But anyway. At the end of the day, like I told you guys before, and I did mean that if people ask me, who do you win? Who do you think won the sixth generation? I'm sorry, the seventh generation. Well, if you say the sixth generation, hands down, Sony won. If it comes to the seventh generation, honestly, there's no clear-cut winner because, as us as gamers and consumers, we won with all the goddamn great games we had. Both Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo sold, when Nintendo sold 100 million goddamn consoles, Sony sold 80 million consoles. Microsoft 80 million fucking consoles. That's never been done before. That's real shit. It's always been even the sixth generation down, it's always been a clear cut winner, you know what I mean? And this generation, the seventh generation, like I said, us as gamers and consumers, we won, all the great titles, all the great features. Look at what your console could do now that it couldn't do the sixth generation. The game in itself has evolved. But anyway, on today's video, something I want to talk about, Gamescom. You know what I mean? If you guys know what Gamescom is, that's the equivalent of E3 for North America, but that's in Europe. And actually, Germany, that's their E3, Gamescom. And it's going to be a big, that's going to be big because they're fighting for the buck, the consumers' hearts over there in Europe. So just like Sony and Microsoft, went all out at E3 this year, they're going to do the same thing, if not more, at Gamescom. So what I'm hearing also from Sony, which I'm excited. To be honest with you, I'm not really thrilled with Sony's launch lineup. I'm going to say that right now, and I've said it before. I've never been a Killzone fan. To me, it's always been very, eh. You talk, this comes from the guy, I'm not even the biggest Halo fan, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I'm not. When I play, don't get me wrong, I can play some in the multiplayer sometimes. But, I like my favorite part of Halo is the co-op multiplayer, playing the actual game. You know what I mean? That's what I enjoy the most. You know what I mean? Being real. Don't get me wrong, the multiplayer is fun. It's kind of fast-paced, and, you know what I mean? But I do enjoy the multiplayer campaign more than anything. Like I said, I'm not even the biggest, Halo fan. But to me, Killzone has never been that game. I've tried them all. I own them all. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm a little hesitant about buying Killzone, the new one, Shadowfall. Goddamn, if I do buy that game, it will be for me to play with you guys that subscribe to me. They're in my Facebook group, and do a couple death matches, whatever the case may be. I'm not the biggest Killzone fan. So right now, as it stands, all I have is 2K13 and Infamous Second Son. I have the order too. I believe, do I have the order? No, I'm sorry, I don't have the order. I have Infamous Second Son. I'm going to get the order. I have Infamous Second Son and NBA 2K paid for my PlayStation 4. But, Infamous Second Son doesn't come out till next year. So I'm hoping Sony does announce some new games, some exclusive something, you know what I mean? That something. But anyway, I'm hearing that they have something they're going to pull out of the sleeve. I'm also hearing that it may announce a 500 or a little more than. I don't see how they can sell it for $500, to be honest with you. The Vita costs with $250 by itself, and Sony's already taking a loss on their hardware, selling it at the loss. Initially all consoles get sold at a loss, and they make the money back up with, games and DLC and all types of shit like that. They all sell them at a loss and they make their money back up, with royalties through game sales. So I'm looking forward to Gamescom. I really, really am. I hope this is gonna be, it's gonna be all across the web. I know different sites are going to cover it. It will be probably in German, but I'm quite sure there are a couple sites that are going to translate everything. I'm quite sure IGN everybody's going to be there. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to that. I believe it's the 20th. Now, speaking of Gamescom, I just downloaded this. Let me ask you guys a question too. What do you think is better, the Samsung Galaxy S4 or the iPhone 5? I said a brain fart. You know what? I'm an Android dude, but I don't know. I don't know if I like the iPhone better or if I like the Samsung because I have a Note also, and I have that's the Samsung Galaxy S3 there. I also have the 4. I don't need so many phones. Different strokes for different folks. But yeah. Yeah, so see, nigga, you ain't got the 4. Yeah, I said that was right. But the reason why I say that because I would say I like the way the apps come up better on the iPhone. To me, I think there's still, especially when you're Facebook, it's kind of slick the shit you can do. But anyway, as I was saying, I got this app here on Gamescom. I downloaded it today, and I'm looking at all the games here. And what stops me, I don't see not one fucking Wii U title in there. I don't see any of their franchises. I don't see anything. And is Nintendo even going to Gamescom this year? I sometimes feel like is Nintendo setting the Wii U up to fail. You know what I mean? Now I've heard good reports of everything about the Wonderful World of 101. For topic here, it's not something. It was something that I would probably play. Yeah, but I'm not gonna pay $60 for a game that can be beat in 2 hours. If that motherfucker was like $40, it was an arcade title. You know what I mean? Maybe because my wife still has her Wii U in a box sitting on the side of the dresser. Maybe if the game go down to about $40, $35, I'd pick it up. But I don't see myself paying $65 for a game that I could sit down and beat in one session. Nah, I'm sorry. But anyway, if you guys know, is Nintendo even going to Gamescom? If they're not, I think that's a big mistake. If they are, you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't know. But anyway, Sony and Microsoft both have some more things they want to unveil about, their next generation platform. So hopefully we get a release date at Gamescom this year. You know what I mean? Microsoft, it's a rumor that Rare is working on a new IP, not no Kinect shit. They're supposed to be bringing back, a IP or something. I read that like a couple days ago. Also, to Major Nelson, I don't know how true this is. He tweeted something about, forget the specs or something. Someone posted a link in my Facebook group. Forget this, what we said about the specs or something. We have a huge announcement for games. I don't know. Like I said, I'm excited. I don't know. I'm looking forward to. I don't even know what time the shit shows or starts. And you guys know if they're going to show it on the internet, fill me in. You know what I mean? I've never really watched any of the Gamescoms before, but like I said, I'm excited. These new consoles are out, and I'm looking forward. What are you guys looking forward to? And like I said, at the end of the day, like I said, this console war shit it's not even a war. Like, this is the silly shit ever. Like I said, fuck being if you have your, end of the day, I would say I always, own everything. Because at the end of the day, like if Sony has something hot, you can play it. If Microsoft has something hot, you can play it. I just, like you saying that you don't want, like I did think some of the shit that you motherfuckers say here in the comment section is some of the, maybe I'm a little older than some of you guys, and some of you motherfuckers like 15, 16 years old, and you feel like you have to, allegiance to a company for whatever reason, just because I'm not running around hopping on that Sony pony, that I'm a Sony hater. Like, you see my videos back there. I like my Vita. Shit. I just got my shit back from my son. My shit is my bag right here. You know what I mean? I fucks with my Vita. You know what I mean? That's real shit. I like my fighting games on my Vita. You know what I mean? Playing them shits all night last me and my man. Shout out my man iRock. You know what I mean? We was playing DOA in Mortal Kombat last night. Whoop that ass, nigga. Whoop that ass enough. But anyway, I'm about to wrap this video up and let me know what you guys are looking forward to come Gamescom, man. I'm just, Sony said they have. I hope Sony said they have. They said they have so many new exclusives, whatever the case may be. I want to see something, like I said, besides Killzone, something else that I can play or buy come launch or around launch window from the PlayStation, and Microsoft supposed to have something. They want another big announcement at Gamescom. Like I said, now as far as I don't even know Nintendo is even going to Gamescom. I'm not checking for any of their shit because I really don't give a fuck. Like I'm not fucking with the Wii U at all. You know, my opinion, they need to scrap that system. Put out another one. You know, which would be kind of sucky ass to the consumers, but maybe the motherfuckers that bought the Wii U, you know, give them a discount, $100 off the new console or something, because that shit they got right there, that shit ain't hitting no nothing, man. But anyway, I'm about to wrap this video up, and as I always say, bang, bang. Ah, damn, dog. Gamescom, son. Twist your fingers up, bang, motherfucker, bang.